Be prepared. Everyone is talking about this moon, but very few really know what it's doing right now. January 30th isn't just another day, it's a sign. Something rare is happening in the sky, and it's already starting to change things in ways you might not notice yet. This moon brings 7 small miracles. They won't hit you all at once, and they're not dramatic. They show up in little ways that feel too perfect to be random. A message pops up just when you need it. A new idea suddenly makes everything clearer. A lucky moment shifts your day without warning. These aren't coincidences. They're signs that life is starting to move in your favor. And there's something about this moon that almost no one is talking about. Once you notice it, you'll see signs everywhere. Things will start connecting. Moments will make sense. You'll feel the change even before it becomes obvious. Stay here, because what comes next matters for the next 48 hours. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write "I'm ready" in the comments. January 30th is a rare day that has been quietly building for weeks. The moon is opening a special portal, and it's already starting to change things around you in ways you might see in everyday life, in messages, small moments, or choices you make without thinking. Right now, the energy is shifting, and it works like a hidden guide. Things may feel a little different, even in normal routines. Some moments might surprise you. A conversation, a meeting, or a simple decision could bring more than it seems at first. It's like life is nudging you toward what you really need. This cosmic event is about noticing small signs. A new opportunity might appear, or someone could show up at the right moment. Even tiny changes can have a big effect. By the end of this portal, you may notice small miracles happening every day. These little shifts are proof that the energy is moving in your favor and preparing you for bigger change. Today, the moon is doing something rare, and it's touching more than just the sky. There's a shift happening that moves through everyday moments, through small choices and little signs that make your day feel different. It's a spiritual change you can experience without even noticing, and it's bringing energy that helps you release what no longer fits and step into something new. Your mind and heart are being nudged toward understanding in ways that feel natural. You may find yourself thinking about things in a new way, noticing connections with people you never expected, or feeling inspired to act where before it seemed impossible. Astronomy shows that the moon interacts with certain patterns that open channels for change. And this is reflected in the way life starts offering small miracles, little hints, and moments that seem too perfect to ignore. Prayer, meditation, or even a simple pause can amplify what's happening. The energy supports love, manifestation, and growth. Everyday activities, conversations, or even quiet moments alone may bring insight, as if the cosmos is tuning your day to match what your heart truly wants. Astrology points to these movements as signals of a bigger shift, giving you permission to move forward with confidence. This event touches daily life. You might notice more patience, sudden joy, or easier choices that feel like the universe is giving a gentle nudge. Each small change is part of a bigger spiritual shift. One little miracle may appear today, another tomorrow, and before long, these small events combine to show that life is opening up in ways you didn't think possible. It's a chance to align, manifest, and feel the cosmos working in ways that make even simple days feel extraordinary. In this moment, everything inside can feel alive in ways that are hard to explain. Thoughts might race, emotions may rise and fall fast, and your body could feel heavier or lighter without reason. These are not problems. They are signs that change is happening, that something inside is moving and adjusting to new possibilities. Muscles may twitch, warmth may flow through hands or feet, and your head might feel full of energy you can't name. Even small sounds, ringing in the ears, or quick bursts of energy in random parts of your body are part of this process. It's like your whole being is being prepared to step into something different, something more aligned with what you've been looking for. You may notice your emotions shifting in unexpected ways. Joy can appear suddenly, or frustration might rise without warning. Both are part of the same journey. Feeling intense is normal, and it's exactly how these new energies are integrating. It's a natural rhythm, not a warning. Sometimes, ordinary moments become intense. Walking, stretching, or even holding a cup of tea can feel unusual, almost like your senses are heightened. These little signals are ways your inner energy is adjusting and opening doors to new experiences. You might also notice a mix of alertness and fatigue. Your mind could race, while your body seeks calm. These contrasting states are signs that old ways are giving space for what's next. It can feel strange, but it's part of the process. Each sudden change, each quick surge of energy is a sign of life moving in alignment with what's meant to grow. By paying attention to these sensations without resisting them, you allow small miracles to appear. Each pulse, shift, or emotional wave shows that you're part of a larger unfolding, and that the moon portal is helping you adjust to what's coming. Even the tiniest moment of ease or surprise is proof that this time is meaningful, that the energy is real, and that your body and mind are moving toward a new rhythm naturally. This moon opens a gateway that brings up feelings and fears we often keep to ourselves. It's not about being weak or failing. It's about noticing what's been quietly affecting the way you live. Sometimes worries, old grudges, or things that seem to pass by without attention show themselves now, asking to be seen and understood. In this space, you may realize why certain situations repeat, or why you respond the way you do in some moments. Carl Jung talked about the shadow self. Parts of us we hide even from ourselves. When these parts surface, it can feel uncomfortable, but it's not a punishment. It's an invitation to understand yourself better and release what no longer serves your growth. Some fears that you thought were gone may appear. You might find yourself feeling tense or unsure, or noticing patterns in relationships that challenge you. These are not mistakes. They are pieces of your inner life asking for attention and care. This is also the time when old hurts can show their influence. Situations that used to confuse or frustrate may make sense in a new way. The moon portal helps you meet these parts without judgment. It's like your inner world is opening a space to see clearly what needs healing, and even small awareness can change how you move forward. By letting yourself observe these moments, you create room for relief. You may forgive someone silently, understand why something happened, or notice how strong you really are. It doesn't happen all at once, but each step helps lessen the tension and prepares you to act with calm and balance. The feelings that rise now are not there to hold you back. They are part of a process that helps you recognize old influences and release them naturally. It's an honest kind of growth, and one that makes the everyday world easier to handle. This is how the moon portal opens a space for your inner clarity, teaching lessons quietly while guiding you towards steadier choices. The change taking place is not loud or dramatic, yet it reaches deep into how you move through your days. This phase works by clearing inner noise and making space for steadier focus, stronger trust, and clearer direction. It's less about becoming someone new and more about allowing parts of you that were paused to come back online. The process is steady, supportive, and designed to help you stand taller in your own life. The moon plays a key role here, acting like a signal that activates inner systems that were already present. Many traditions describe this as light codes turning on, not as symbols, but as inner reminders of skills you already carry. These codes support awareness, balance, and a stronger sense of self. They don't arrive suddenly. They integrate step by step, helping you respond instead of react. This stage also reconnects your inner centers, often called chakras, allowing energy to move more freely through your body and mind. When these centers work together, daily life feels easier to manage. Decisions become simpler. Boundaries become firmer. You begin trusting your instincts without overthinking every move. This is activation in its most practical form. January 30th marks the point when this process becomes easier to work with. You may find yourself drawn to healthier routines, clearer conversations, or environments that support calm focus. It's not forced. It happens because your inner balance is changing, making certain options less appealing, while others make more sense. New abilities may surface in quiet ways. You might become more aware of moods in a room, better at reading situations, or more confident speaking your truth. These are not flashy talents. They are useful strengths that improve how you live and connect. Each small shift adds stability rather than chaos. This phase is meant to empower you, not overwhelm you. It encourages confidence without arrogance and awareness without worry. As these changes settle in, you may realize you are handling situations differently than before, with more patience and self-respect. That's how true activation works, not by shaking your world, but by helping you stand firmly within it, ready for what comes next. These changes are not happening in isolation. What moves through you also moves through countless others, even if their lives look completely different from yours. When one person shifts direction, the effect doesn't stop at one place. It spreads outward through actions, reactions, and choices that quietly shape the shared space we all live in. This is how collective awakening works, not through one big moment, but through many personal adjustments happening at the same time. For weeks, the moon has been guiding this wider movement, linking inner change with the world outside. You may see people acting differently, choosing honesty over comfort, stepping away from situations that no longer make sense, or finally standing firm where they once stayed silent. This isn't chaos or confusion. It's correction. When enough people stop repeating the same cycles, the larger direction begins to change. The moon shift connects personal awareness with group momentum. One person deciding to live with more truth can influence a family. One family influences a community. A community changes how a city moves. This is how energy shift works on a global scale. It doesn't need announcements or attention. It works through daily behavior, through what people accept and what they no longer tolerate. After supermoon phases, collective energy often becomes more honest. Masks fall away faster. Situations that were held together by avoidance begin to show cracks. This doesn't mean things fall apart. It means what wasn't real stops being protected. People become less willing to pretend, less willing to shrink themselves to keep things comfortable. That's growth, even when it looks messy. You may notice this showing up through public behavior, shared moods, or sudden changes in group direction. Topics that were ignored begin to surface. Old agreements lose power. New standards begin forming without anyone needing to explain them. This is not rebellion, it's recalibration. When enough individuals shift internally, the outside world has no choice but to respond. The wolf-moon cycle adds another layer to this process. Traditionally linked with instinct and awareness, it supports collective honesty. People become more aware of what feels wrong and more willing to step away from it. This doesn't happen with anger. It happens with clarity and resolve. That's why decisions feel firmer during this time, both personally and collectively. January 30th marks a point where these changes become easier to see. You might notice groups reorganizing, shared goals shifting, or long-standing issues being addressed in new ways. This doesn't happen because of one leader or one event. It happens because enough individuals have reached the same conclusion independently. That's the power of collective movement. Spiritual growth isn't separate from everyday life. When people grow internally, it changes how they speak, how they listen, and how they act. Small changes in tone, patience, and boundaries add up quickly. A calmer response can stop conflict. A firm boundary can inspire respect. These are not small things. They shape the emotional climate shared by many. Cosmic cycles like this one act as reminders. They don't force change. They highlight where change is already needed. People who resist growth may feel unsettled, while those who accept it begin moving with more confidence. This difference becomes visible in choices, priorities, and direction. That's why some people thrive during collective shifts while others struggle. The collective isn't a separate entity. It's made of individuals. Every time someone chooses honesty, accountability, or self-respect, it affects the whole. These decisions ripple outward through families, workplaces, and communities, even without words being exchanged. This is how global change actually happens. You may find yourself less tolerant of noise, confusion, or unnecessary conflict. This isn't withdrawal, it's discernment. As more people develop this awareness, shared spaces begin to change. Conversations become more direct. Expectations become clearer. Energy that once went into maintaining false balance is redirected toward real progress. This phase also highlights responsibility, not blame, but ownership. People begin recognizing how their actions affect others. This awareness strengthens communities rather than weakening them. When accountability replaces avoidance, trust begins to rebuild. That's a major part of collective awakening that often goes unnoticed. The moon continues to reflect these shifts, acting as a mirror rather than a cause. It shows what's already moving beneath the surface of society. When people respond with integrity instead of fear, the collective stabilizes. Growth becomes sustainable rather than explosive. This isn't about perfection or purity. It's about alignment between values and actions. When enough people live this way, systems change naturally. Rules evolve, expectations shift, new standards emerge without force. That's the real power behind global energy movements. As this process unfolds, you may recognize your role more clearly, not as a leader or follower, but as a participant. Your choices matter more than you think. The way you handle stress, conflict, and responsibility contributes to the shared field everyone lives in. This is collective awakening in real terms, not dramatic scenes or sudden revelations, but steady change, driven by awareness. Each person adjusting their inner compass adds stability to the whole. That's how lasting change takes root. The subtle shifts you notice in everyday life are actually signs of a larger flow moving through communities. Decisions that once seemed small now hold more weight. Choosing honesty over comfort, speaking clearly when hesitation was normal, or simply maintaining your integrity adds threads to a much larger tapestry. It's easy to underestimate the ripple effect of these small acts, yet they are the framework of collective energy moving toward a higher frequency. The moon reinforces this, not by forcing change, but by reflecting the energy that's already building. When its light is stronger, it signals moments where alignment between personal truth and group behavior is more noticeable. People may act in ways that feel different, more direct, or more intentional. This isn't unusual. It's a sign that the energy shift is asking for authenticity to be expressed. It's easier to see where compromise is unnecessary and where personal standards matter. Communities start to respond naturally to these changes. Discussions become more honest without confrontation. Agreements form with fewer misunderstandings. Energy that was once used to maintain appearances is now available for practical and meaningful action. This is the effect of collective awakening. Small shifts inside each person accumulate, creating movement that feels larger than any one individual. After the wolf moon, these effects can accelerate. Instinct, awareness, and responsiveness rise together, and people begin trusting what feels true over what seems convenient. Individuals recognize outdated influences and step away without drama, letting space be cleared for what aligns with integrity. The energy feels different in public spaces, in gatherings, or even in daily routines, because more people are living with intention rather than inertia. Cosmic timing plays a role, though not in a mechanical sense. It's more like a reminder that opportunities to act with clarity appear now. Those who respond may notice situations resolving with less effort, or conversations that previously felt heavy moving more smoothly. The energy behind these shifts supports decisiveness and discernment. The January 30th moon phase emphasizes this influence. It encourages individuals to respond to situations thoughtfully, not reactively. What used to trigger conflict now can be handled with perspective and patience. People begin recognizing patterns of behavior that no longer serve them and make choices that reflect the collective benefit without sacrificing personal integrity. In practical terms, this energy shows up in daily interactions. Decisions about fairness, honesty, and responsibility become easier to act on. Actions that once seemed minor now carry weight because they connect to larger currents of change. When a person holds space for integrity, others in the same environment feel invited to do the same. That is how the energy shift moves outward, step by step. Observation becomes a tool. Watching how situations evolve while maintaining personal balance can feel enlightening. You may notice conversations or group dynamics changing simply because individuals are no longer tolerating pretense. Energy begins to flow into projects, ideas, or communities that resonate with authenticity. Responsibility emerges naturally during this phase. There's no obligation or burden. It's recognition of influence. How you treat others, manage challenges, and hold personal boundaries affects collective energy. Small acts of accountability ripple far beyond immediate circles. When enough people honor their influence, larger systems shift without force. The moon reminds everyone that growth is both personal and shared. As each person makes adjustments internally, external circumstances begin reflecting the same movement. Groups stabilize, interactions smooth out, and patterns that once caused friction now resolve with minimal effort. That is how the collective finds coherence without a dramatic event. Change doesn't need to be loud or sudden. It manifests through steady, meaningful actions by individuals who honor their own values. Over time, these small actions multiply into noticeable shifts in communities, businesses, and neighborhoods. Energy recalibrates itself naturally when honesty, integrity, and awareness are expressed consistently. Observation, patience, and discernment are essential. The moon's influence makes these qualities easier to practice, offering opportunities to act with insight rather than reaction. Those who embrace this energy find themselves navigating interactions with more confidence, less stress, and a deeper sense of personal responsibility. By participating consciously, you contribute to a collective field that is evolving. It isn't abstract, it's tangible in daily life. Decisions that once felt minor gain significance. Actions that were easy to ignore now carry real impact. People who respond intentionally create a shared environment where stability, fairness, and awareness become the norm. When enough individuals adjust their approach, groups reorganize naturally. Expectations change, priorities shift, and shared spaces begin to feel lighter and more coherent. It's not about control or force. It's about each person choosing to act in alignment with what's true. That is the essence of collective awakening and global energy recalibration. Even small interactions matter. A fair conversation, a calm stance in disagreement, or patience in decision-making can influence those around you more than you imagine. The ripple effect of daily integrity contributes to broader shifts in perception and shared energy. The moon highlights these moments, reflecting the energy already in motion. People may notice a kind of natural progression. Discussions resolve, conflicts ease, and attention moves toward what is meaningful. Energy that was scattered becomes usable, allowing communities to function with more balance and intentionality. The shift encourages discernment in all areas of life, evaluating choices, recognizing where energy is best invested, and stepping back from situations that drain rather than support growth, all contribute to collective movement. Action guided by awareness is more powerful than forceful effort. Global energy responds when enough individuals hold this awareness consistently. The cumulative effect is a shift that can be observed in daily routines, conversations, and interactions that seem ordinary but carry deeper significance. The moon amplifies these effects, offering a subtle yet tangible push toward alignment and honesty. People may notice themselves less tolerant of compromise that undermines integrity. Decisions that once seemed tricky become clearer, not because situations change, but because responses evolve. The collective field responds to how individuals engage with life, creating smoother interactions, better understanding, and a shared sense of balance. When each person acts with awareness, the effect spreads naturally. Conversations, group behavior, and community energy reflect the internal work being done. The wolf-moon cycle magnifies this, helping instincts guide behavior in ways that feel both natural and constructive. Water can become an ally. Drink slowly, pour a glass with care, and imagine the liquid carrying fresh energy into every part of your body. You can even sprinkle a little salt or crystals into your water as a reminder of attention and intention. Small physical acts like this create a framework for mental and emotional alignment. A simple movement practice can be surprisingly effective. Gentle stretching, walking, or slow activity that engages the body helps integrate new energy. Movement doesn't need to be intense or performative. It's about letting energy flow where it's being held back. you may notice clarity in thinking, easier decision-making, or a sense of readiness that wasn't there before. Writing can also be a powerful tool. Take 5 minutes to note down intentions, reflections, or even just observations about the way your day is shifting. You don't need to overthink. Just write as honestly as possible. This process creates a record that can later show patterns or confirmations you might not see in the moment. Connection with nature is another simple activation. Step outside, feel the surface beneath your feet, and let yourself sense rhythm without expectation. Even a short moment noticing the trees, the ground, or the sky can anchor energy in a way that supports deeper clarity and alignment. Finally, close the day with acknowledgement. Reflect on what was different, what moved, and what remains. Say thank you for the energy you've aligned with, for the choices you made, and for the patience you offered yourself. These small acts are not symbolic. They are energetic confirmations, building a bridge from intention to experience. The moon and its energy can enhance these activations, but only if you engage with them deliberately. Light, water, movement, and attention combine to make these moments real. The date, January 30th, is a natural point for this kind of focused engagement, offering a rare chance to connect with deeper currents, recalibrate personal energy, and prepare for what comes next. Your actions today create alignment that lasts beyond the day. Even small, simple rituals amplify what is already in motion. Patience, clarity, and consistent attention are your allies, and through them, energy shifts in ways that feel organic, natural, and fully within reach. Every part of this process is about activation, not performance. It's about using intention and focus to let energy settle into your life. The more you honor these small acts, the more the experience grows, offering you an internal shift that supports every other moment that follows. This is a moment to honor everything you've experienced and the energy you've stepped into. January 30th is offering a rare chance to connect with the flow of life in ways that feel meaningful, personal, and powerful. You've felt small shifts, hints of change, and movements inside that signal growth, and now it's time to acknowledge them. Take a moment and speak a power phrase that resonates with you. Write it down in the comments so that you claim it fully, letting it anchor your intention. Sharing it with others amplifies the effect, spreading energy that can ripple far beyond what you see. If you know someone who is navigating a similar shift, share this video with them. Even a simple share can spark understanding, hope, and movement. Sometimes the smallest gesture has the largest impact, and you can be part of that wave of cosmic alignment. Carry warmth in your heart and gratitude in your mind. Bless yourself for showing up, for trusting, and for stepping into moments that matter. The energy of January 30th, after the supermoon, is still moving and expanding. May it bring clarity, courage, and a sense of wonder to every choice you make. Remember, every step you take is part of your energy shift. Embrace it, honor it, and trust that you are part of something much larger than you can see.